11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Buffalo, New York for Game 1 of tonight's doubleheader. We're live from Conpro Field for a Week 8 matchup as the Queen City Corsairs play host to the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and alongside me in the booth is Matt Wilson. With us tonight on stats is J.L. Browning. You are watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Matt, we're in Week 8. How you doing?
Good, Mike. How was your Labor Day?
Labor Day was nice, except for when the power went out. It's back on now, though. That's good. Matt, we got a couple of storied franchises on tap tonight, led by a pair of veteran quarterbacks, getting things done in different ways this season. Queen City's A.J. Caswell throws the ball more than most in the league, top 5 in multiple categories. Sioux Falls' Julian Tyree, he literally throws it the least. He relies a lot on his running back and the defense to help win games. What are the keys to victory for both teams tonight?
Yeah, Mike, you hit the nail right on the head. It's the passing offense of Queen City against the rushing attack of Sioux Falls. For Queen City, A.J. Caswell has to be careful. Last time these two teams met, he threw 6 picks. For Queen City, Colin Hart and Jalen Wells will see a heavy workload. The Sparrows' defense needs to be keying on the passing game all night, almost ignoring the running game. Queen City, on the other hand, can't ignore Tyree altogether. However, slowing down the running game and putting him in third and long situations will be a key to victory. Which team will come out on top, Mike? There's only one way to find out, and that's on the field.
All right, Matt. Well, we are down on the field right now for the coin toss. Queen City in black, Sioux Falls in yellow. Kickoff is next after this. Stay with us. Welcome back to Buffalo, New York. Kickoff is moments away. Sioux Falls has the ball teed up. Maxwell Falk is ready to go. I'm Mike Daggs. On play-by-play, Matt Wilson is my analyst. As always, J.L. Browning with us on stats tonight. Cameron Irvine back in the studio, pushing the buttons for us. And this opening kickoff will be knelt down in the end zone for a touchback. Rookie Christopher Ochoa in on returns for Queen City, and A.J. Caswell will lead his offense out onto the field for the first time tonight. Caswell in his 8th season, almost 300 pass attempts on the season so far. That is 3rd in the league. He's 4th in the league in total yardage at 2,259 yards and tied for 2nd in passing touchdowns at 17. Caswell will throw on first down and hit his tight end, James Matthew Jr. straight over the middle. Big gain all the way up to the 38-yard line. And let's talk about the Queen City offense. We just saw A.J. Caswell. The running back is Jet Zero. Wide receivers, Deezer Powell, Christopher Ochoa, and Chris Curtis. And tight end James Matthew Jr. just exited your screen. 4-star offensive linemen, Freddie Tubbs Jr., Carson Miller, Alex Nettrower, and Griffin King. Empty backfield on first down. Caswell to throw again, deep down the right sideline, and that one's picked off. Intercepted early in this one by John Barnhart, his second interception on the season.
Well, Mike, I mentioned the 6 picks in their last matchup, and Caswell's getting going a little early.
Trying to hit Chris Curtis on the corner route. That is interception number 19 for Caswell this season.
And that's the thing about Caswell. Sometimes he has really great games where he throws a lot of touchdowns. Sometimes he just gets a little bit pick happy. Hopefully that's not the case from tonight, but not good on that first drive.
Caswell 36 of 52, a touchdown and 3 picks last week in their loss to Tulsa. Julian Tyree under pressure, and down he goes, sacked on the first play from scrimmage. Brought down for a loss of 3, and I'll bring up a second down and 13. Brought down in the backfield by John Setzer.
Something to watch out for is Sioux Falls has Dusty Wilson, their guard, but Queen City has 4 highly paid linemen.
The ball is handed off to Colin Hart. Hart straight up the middle, but I believe there might be a holding play. Actually, that was Jalen Wells with the handoff. And there is indeed a hold, so those yards will be coming back. Backup tight end Miles Portis called on the hold. And the star players here on the Sioux Falls Sparrows offense, quarterback Julian Tyree, halfback is Colin Hart. You just saw fullback Jalen Wells. The wide receivers are A.J. Warren, Gunnar Lewis, and Al Dillapre Sr. The starting tight end, Noe Terrazas. And there is a star guard, Dusty Wilson. Tyree alone in the backfield in the shotgun on second down and 23. Short pass over the middle. That one is caught by Al Dillapre Sr., his 13th catch on the season. One of the least used wide receivers on this offense, Matt, but used there to get some yards back, 3rd and 14.
Well, when your number is called, Mike, it doesn't matter where you are on the depth chart. You got to make that play for your quarterback. Good job, but this is what Queen City wants. So I said at the top of the show, 3rd and long for Tyree.
Tyree in the gun, 4 wide receivers into tight end. Queen City in a press look. Tyree, quick pass over the middle, and that one is caught. Hitting his tight end, Noe Terrazas, but it is going to be short of the line to gain. 4th down and 3, and the Queen City defense did what they need to do to make up for the early mistake by Caswell.
And that's a low percentage play to get that first down anyways, but it puts Sioux Falls punter in a great spot to maybe pin Queen City back a little bit.
Max Moholt on to punt for the Sparrows. High snap. Ochoa back to receive at his own 15-yard line. Runs forward, gets it up to the 23. And Matt, these 2 playmakers here for the Sparrows and the Corsairs, they are the leading receiving weapons as far as scoring goes. Gunnar Lewis, 8 touchdowns on the season. James Matthew Jr., the tight end for Queen City, with 6 touchdowns on the season. Not huge yardage numbers, but those touchdowns, especially for Gunnar Lewis, he is 2nd in the league with 8 touchdowns on only 30 catches. That's basically a touchdown 1 out of every 3 times he touches the ball. Delayed handoff to Jet Zero on his first rushing attempt. Goes nowhere. Loss at 2. Brought down in the backfield by James Kelly, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, it's a tough run on the Sparrows. They run an unconventional 3-4, but they've got Fuentes, Parker, and Fargo aren't people you want to run against.
2 backs in the backfield for the Corsairs. Caswell to throw. As time fires a deep one over the middle, and that one's nearly intercepted as well. Jay Ringgold getting his hands on the ball. The defensive line of the Sioux Falls Sparrows is made up by James Kelly, Jonathan Camp, and Cam Frosby, the rookie 112th overall pick. Linebackers, Matt just mentioned them, Jose Fuentes, Alex Parker, and Nick Fargo. Very tough to run on those 3 gentlemen. Cornerbacks are John Barnhart and Terrell Davis. You just saw Jay Ringgold. He's one of the free safeties. The other is Nathan Barnett. And the all-star A.J. Levy at strong safety deep in the backfield. Caswell to throw on 3rd down and 12. Quick pass, trying to hit Curtis again, and once again it's picked off. Running it back the other way up to the 23-yard line. And that is the second interception for Caswell, both taken away by Barnhart.
Oh my gosh. Barnhart, a monster in this game so far. Looking for the corner, and that's just
Again.
completely underthrown. Sioux Falls is doing kind of what I wanted them to do for their defense to have a good victory tonight. They're running a 3-2. They're just getting all the corners and safeties out there and not even blitzing too much, making Caswell's life miserable.
Julian Tyree back out onto the field on offense. Queen City showing blitz. They do send it. Colin Hart trying to break through. Once again, that's Jalen Wells. I'll get it right one of these times tonight, Matt. 2nd down and 8 after a gain of 2. The defensive line for Queen City is made up of Jeff Duffy, Digger Graves, and David Tilley. The linebackers, Jared Crow, signed a couple of weeks ago, Ajamu Afalabi, and the corners, Farrah Rains and Ted Haynes, who was signed this past week. The safeties, King Jamal, Albert Begin, and Kappa Jones. Tyree to throw, throws it down to the halfback and gets it out to the 8-yard line, and that will be a 1st down and goal after an impressive gain.
Yeah, very nice indeed.
Getting Jalen Wells involved quite a bit so far in this one. Wells came into tonight's game with 83 carries, 281 yards, averaging about 3.4 yards per carry, has a couple of touchdowns. He only had 8 receptions so far on the season. It's averaging just about 1 per game and got 1 right there. So we'll see if we see him anymore later on in this one, getting involved in the passing game early and the running game. Trips down to the bottom, throwing a corner to the end zone, and that's a touchdown. Noe Terrazas with touchdown number 1 on the season.
Yeah, and Tyree again forcing to throw, but what a grab. Just went up and made a spectacular catch. Whew. Queen City doesn't like seeing that.
No. Queen City trying to defend their home turf, and Sioux Falls putting some points on the board. First in this one, 6:32 to go in the first quarter. Extra point try by Maxwell Falk coming up. Kick is up, and it is good. Sioux Falls takes an early lead, 7-0 over the hometown Queen City Corsairs. We're live from Buffalo, New York, and we'll be back after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans.
Like these two teams met last year in the playoffs, Sioux Falls big plays helped lead them to victory. First, John Barnhart with great coverage picks the ball off, taking it all the way for a pick 6. Mike, on that day, a record 6 total interceptions. Then the veteran A.J. Levy returning a kickoff, breaks a tackle, spins again, off to the races. 99 yards to the end zone. Oof, what a return. And then finally, we haven't seen him yet tonight, but Gunnar Lewis gets behind the defense, catching a beautiful ball from Tyree, streaking down the sidelines, breaks a tackle, And look, Mike, look at this celebration.
Get in the end
82
zone.
yards to the end zone. Mike, if Sioux Falls is hitting on plays like this, Queen City is in big trouble tonight.
Well, hitting on them so far already. John Barnhart, you said he had 6 interceptions against Caswell the last time they met. Already has 2 tonight. We're only midway through the first quarter. John Barnhart, Matt, he only had 1 interception through the first 7 weeks of play, and he has 2 tonight already. So Queen City needs to bounce back from this one. They're only down 1 score, so it's not impossible to shake off, the frustration and keep on going. Caswell, like we mentioned, Matt, he throws the ball a lot. Number 3 in the league. He's now thrown the ball over 300 times this season, including the passes he's made so far tonight. 18 picks, now 20 picks on the season. Deep corner out down the left side, and that one's almost intercepted. Bouncing out of the hands of Terrell Davis, and that would not have been an ideal way to get this drive started. Yikes.
No, you don't want that TD getting a TD too.
Second down and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Queen City's got to be careful. They're taking a lot of shots, and so far Sioux Falls has read everyone perfectly.
Offset eye in the backfield. Caswell under center. Hands the ball off to Jet Zero. Good block out in front for Jet Zero. Gets a gain of 3. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 7.
Queen City doesn't run the ball too much, and Zero's got to make the most of his opportunities. If he can bring one for even 6 or 7, that's going to make situations like this a lot easier for Queen City, as they got to air it out and look at Sioux Falls playing some tight coverage.
3rd and 7. Caswell short drop, short pass over the middle, and that one is caught. James Matthew Jr. with the conversion. Fresh set of downs for Queen City, and they will keep this drive alive. Download Crowd Play. That is our new partner for 2020, and you can play the game about the game, follow the action, and answer the questions for a chance to win your share of the $1,000 prize pool. Your next chance to win is coming up next at the 9 p.m. Eastern time slot as Denver Nightwings visit the Charleston Predators. Visit crowdplay.com for more information. Make sure you get in on the action. It's a free app. It's easy to play. You don't have to know a lot about the league. Just watch the game, and you can keep on playing. You can win real cash prizes. Matt, I think there's 50 winners every single game of actual cash prizes.
I've been swinging my bat every week. I haven't won yet.
We'll talk about Beat the Crowd later on, Matt. And I'm sorry to tell you, you're still getting it wrong. 2nd down and 10 after no gain on that run. Offset eye in the backfield once again for the Corsairs. Caswell will throw, and that one's batted down at the line. I believe that hit James Kelly's head.
Well, he's not the smartest man in the league for nothing, Mike. Let's see what happens. I mean, Kelly, yeah. He got
his hand up. All right.
That's what they teach you on the D line. If you're not going to get to the quarterback, watch his arm. If it goes in motion, get your hands up. That's exactly what he did to perfection. Queen City got a punt back to Sioux Falls.
3. It's only 3rd down right now.
Oh,
3.5 sacks, 6 tackles for a loss for James Kelly on the season.
I was too. I wanted to beat the crowd. I'm already too excited for it.
You're ready to go. Got your nail and blazing the bat and everything. Deep drop for Caswell, trying that corner route again, and it almost is picked off a 3rd time. John Barnhart with his hands on the ball. Matt, I think Caswell should just audible out if that play is called.
Don't throw it towards Barnhart.
No.
All hands abandon ship. All hands abandon ship.
Barnhart somehow has Caswell's number, Matt. I mean, 6 picks in that last matchup, and already 2 tonight. More than tripling his numbers on the season in interceptions. Ricky Matthews back to punt. That one at risk of being blocked. A.J. Levy getting ready to return the ball back there. He only gets it up to the 34-yard line. But, Matt, you highlighted A.J. Levy in your opening and talked about how he had that kick return for a touchdown. He's the only man in the league right now with 2 kick returns for touchdowns. There is Gabriel Manning with 2 punt return touchdowns, but A.J. Levy, the only one with 2 kick return touchdowns, 1 in week 2, 1 in week 5. And it's definitely something to keep an eye on tonight. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Tyree under center. Short drop for Tyree and out route to the bottom. Hits Terrazas. Terrazas gets a first down and more up to about midfield.
Yeah, throw it to the tight end, Mike. Throw it to Terrazas. He picks up some nice yards after catch there. Tyree kind of sidearm that, get it over the line, and nowhere really in the vicinity of Terrazas. He picks up another 4 or 5 yards after catch. So that's Sioux Falls. If they're going to throw, that's a good way to do it when you have a strong running game. Just try to pick up 5, 6, 7 yards at a time and let your running game get the rest.
1st down and 10 from their own 48. Split backs now in the backfield. Ball is handed off and surging forward for a nice gain of 9. Once again is Jalen Wells. We haven't even seen Colin Hart yet, Matt, tonight. They're just running their fullback.
Well, when he picks up 9 yards, why not look at him just destroy that poor man? And then he just drags the rest of the Queen City defense for 9 yards. And if these two get rolling, that's going to be scary for the Queen City defense. If Tyree's hitting his passes and then the running game gets going too, got to get some more sacks.
2nd down and 1. Ball is handed off to Tyree for his first carry, and that's actually going to go for a loss of 2. Matt, these two teams have been in the league for a long time. This is actually the 11th time these teams have met. The first 6 times they met, they split it 3-3. Sioux Falls has won the last 5 meetings. They now lead the series all time 8-3. And that last matchup went Sioux Falls' way in the playoffs. 3rd down and 3. Colin Hart gets the catch and does not get the first down. Tackled right about at the 43-yard line, and that will bring up a 4th down and 1.
Well, give Queen City's defense a lot of credit, Mike. They did the job. Sioux Falls not in field goal range, and unless, they better just, not jump off sides. That's all I'll say about this.
Defensive line trying to hold steady. They do snap the ball, and surprise, surprise, Matt, they snapped it and got the first down. Colin Hart getting some positive yardage for the first time tonight, and couldn't have come for him at a better time. 1st and 10.
And my reign as the worst head coach, and that's how history continues. Like I said, don't jump, and they actually went for it.
Well, this is why we keep you up in the broadcast booth and not down on the sidelines, Matt. You have no business being there unless you're waiting to go out onto the field to start slinging passes. Jalen Wells taking that handoff straight into the defensive line, goes nowhere. 2nd down and 10, running straight into the hands of David Tilley.
Be interesting if Wells outgains Hart in that situation. Is that a win or a loss for the Corsairs? To see if that's keeps happening as the game goes on.
Empty backfield now for the Sparrows. Short drop for Tyree, out route to the bottom. That one hauled in by Gunnar Lewis. Matt, we highlighted Gunnar Lewis a little earlier on. 30 receptions, 459 yards coming into tonight's game. So not a lot of catches, not a lot of yards. He does lead the team, though. But again, this team passes among the least in the league, but 8 touchdowns. He's making the most of those receptions. The ratio of catches to touchdowns is number 1 in the league by far. Number 1 in the league among wide receivers in receiving touchdowns. Number 2 overall. Tyree, short pass over the middle, complete. Painful hit. I believe that's Al Dillapre Sr. with another catch, and yes, it is.
8 for 8 for Tyree, and bad news bears for the Queen City Corsairs. They need to pick him off. If he's efficient, it's a good...
Tyree completing 75% of his passes, and every once in a while, these two quarterbacks, Matt, they both love to try to scramble, and Tyree gains 3 on that one. It's always fun to watch.
I mean, it's like the suicide scramble. No thanks, I don't do that. I don't want to get my bell rung. It's been rung enough throughout my many years in the SFL.
Jared Crow, the middle linebacker, with that tackle. Offset eye on 2nd down. Ball is handed off to Colin Hart. Hart skips past the first defender, can't get past the second. Jared Crow in on the tackle once again, 3rd down and 5.
That's key of playing defense. Swarm towards the ball carrier. he breaks the first tackle, the other guy's right there to take it off his feet. 3rd and 5. Now, this is still well within Tyree's comfortable range, so to see if Queen City's passing defense can step up here.
Tyree back to pass on 3rd down, has plenty of time, but throws it short of the sticks, trying to hit Colin Hart, and it wouldn't have mattered if he had caught it. There was a defender right there ready to take him down. Maxwell Falk on for the field goal try. 12 of 12 on the season so far, as long as 51. Last week, he actually kicked the ball 4 times, Matt, made all 4 of them. Hit a 44-yarder, was his long last week. This one appears that it'll be from about 40-yard line. 40 yards out from the right hash. High snap brought down, kick is on its way, and it is good by a mile. The 40-yarder is up and through. Sioux Falls extends their lead, now 10-0 over the hometown Queen City Corsairs.
Always good to be ahead on the road. It's tough playing on the road, but with the lead and this defense, the way they're playing, Queen City's got to string quite a few plays together. I mean, looking at this Caswell stats, especially in the games he's won, he hasn't thrown many deep balls. They've, usually throws a lot of passes, but they're short. Right now, it seems to be the opposite, and it's not paying off.
Christopher Ochoa back to receive for the Corsairs. And Matt, they've had kind of an up and down season. They've almost gone back and forth on wins and losses from the very beginning. Right now, they are trying to fight to be in the playoff conversation. Sioux Falls sitting at number 5, Queen City all the way down at 14 at 3-4. You can see there's a big bottleneck in the bottom half of the standings at 4-4. So if they're able to win tonight's game, they'll be in the conversation with the rest of those 4-4 teams and could go anywhere from, right up to number 7 or all the way down to potentially being out depending on tiebreakers. So a win here is critical. Caswell steps up in the pocket and hits his receiver. That one is complete to Deezer Powell in his 6th season, his first here in Queen City.
Interesting. I don't know if Sioux Falls was expecting a draw or something, because they came out in a 4-3 against a shotgun with multiple wide receivers. That's definitely usually a win for the receivers, and Caswell found the right man, and first down, Queen City.
Deezer Powell, one of the most heavily targeted receivers in the league. 60 receptions, now 61. That's number 4 in the league coming into week 8. 10-0 after the first quarter. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. And for the fans, we'll be back after this.
AJ Caswell had a great performance 2 weeks ago against the Las Vegas Fury. He's going to need another one tonight. First, Caswell makes a quick decision on an 8-yard pitch and catch to Deezer Powell. Next, a 4-yard throw to the logo. Chris Curtis at the back of the end zone.
Wow.
Yep. Next, from the 6-yard line, Caswell throws it to the tight end, and look at this one-handed grab, Mike, from James Matthew Jr.
He takes a nap at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, I know. He's sleepy. Finally, a touchdown from outside the red zone after 24-yard strike to Deezer Powell again. Caswell finished the game 40 of 46 with over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, Mike. He's going to need to look more like that sort of form if Queen City is going to come back.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Welcome back to Buffalo, New York. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by Matt Wilson. JL Browning with us on stats. First down and 10. Jet 0 getting the handoff and getting a couple yards up the middle. Second down and 7. AJ Caswell, 219 out of 295 on the season. 2,259 yards, 17 touchdowns. That's tied for second, Matt. 18 interceptions, so now up to 20. Completes about 74% of his passes. Just needs to take better care of the ball and possibly just stay away from John Barnhart altogether.
Yes.
Tipped and incomplete. Good coverage by the linebacker, Nick Fargo, swatting that one down. Matt, Nick Fargo, his stats are impressive on the season as well. 6 tackles for a loss, now 6 pass deflections as well, and 3 forced fumbles. Number 1 in the league in forcing fumbles so far this season. Swatting that one down there. Third down and 7. Caswell under center, empty backfield. Sidearms this one to Chris Curtis, and he picked off 2. Guess who, Matt? John Barnhart.
What the heck?
With the hat trick.
Does that guy have magnets in his hands?
Well, somehow he just knows wherever Caswell's going to go. He's got his number all night.
He's nowhere near Curtis. Curtis bobbled it, and then Barnhart picked it off. That's very uncharacteristic of Curtis to bobble a ball like that. And Barnhart now with 9 combined picks of Caswell in 2 games.
Chris Curtis, the leading receiver on the Corsairs, 640 yards. That's 5th best in the league. You very rarely see him bobble the ball like that, like you said, Matt. Colin Hart with the handoff. Yes, indeed, it is Colin Hart. Gain of 5 up the middle, 2nd down and 5.
Well, even a broken clock strikes twice or whatever they say, Mike. You got that one.
Even a broken clock strikes twice?
I don't know.
I don't think anyone's ever said that, Matt.
Well, you know what? I said it, so it's my thing. Thank you very much.
Second down and 5. Broken clock strikes twice. Tyree back to pass. Throws it to Hart at the top of the screen. Gets a fresh set of downs.
I give up.
Out of bounds at 35. Yeah, that's probably for the best. Colin Hart, 137 carries, approaching 1,000 yards on the season. Matt, he averages 6.7 yards per carry every time he touches the ball. He's got 8 rushing touchdowns. That's 3rd best in the league. Not used in the passing game a ton. He's only got 19 receptions so far on the season, 119 yards and a touchdown. Running the ball straight up the gut this time, getting 8 yards. That is once again Jalen Wells with the carry. 2nd down and 2.
This guy needs a neck roll. That would help. Neck rolls are always awesome.
You are a fan of the neck roll.
Yeah.
Which I've never understood. I think that they're
all tight
absolutely
end
hideous.
Roll. Old school, hard-nosed football.
Absolutely hideous. Power I formation here on 2nd down and 2. 9 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first half. Jalen Wells hit behind the line, but then able to surge forward, getting enough for the first down up to the 23-yard line.
There you go. Kappa Jones has got my back. A broken clock is right. Twice. It's true.
Kappa Jones mentioning that in the chat. You can chat with owners, coaches, and players in the FTF Next Twitch chat at twitch.tv/FTF Next to meet the players that are on the screen today.
A little pushing and shoving after the play. Getting a little heated here.
If you'd like to get involved and witness the passion of the community, you could follow along with all the action amongst the most dedicated SFL players. The FTF Next Twitch chat is available at twitch.tv/FTFnext, and you can correct all the things that Matt will say wrong tonight, along with Cabba Jones. 2nd down and 10. Ball is handed off to Jalen Wells. Ball surging forward for a gain of 4. 26 yards now on 7 carries for the fullback.
Honestly, Queen City's defense hasn't played awful. It's just the offense can't stay away from their favorite friend, John Barnhart.
They're down and 6 inside field goal range. Colin Hart takes the handoff, bouncing off players at the line, somehow gets through and into the end zone. Touchdown, Sioux Falls. Man, how the heck did he do that?
I thought Queen City had that well contained. They surged in the backfield, but I don't think they got a piece of Hart. Hart, I think, hid behind the look at this. He's just hiding behind his blockers, breaks a tackle, puts his hand on one of his other linemen, bounces it to the outside and into the end zone. I mean, that's a great piece of running right there by Hart. Being patient, setting up your blocks, and then exploding.
Very impressive run by Colin Hart, his 9th touchdown on the season. Colin Hart last week, Matt, 18 carries, 160 yards. He had a touchdown. He averaged almost 9 yards per carry in the win versus the Lone Star Glory. They won that game 33-28, and they are on their way to another victory tonight. That extra point was nearly blocked. Now up 17-0 over the Queen City Corsairs here at home.
Not a start for Queen City. I think that's being Captain Obvious here, but I don't know what Queen City needs to do. They need to be just more efficient with the passing game. They don't have to go all out yet. Let's see some out routes.
Well, so far I think every pass attempt towards Chris Curtis has been intercepted by John Barnhart. So they're going to need to get some. They're going to need to get some of their other targets used here. James Matthew Jr. Christopher Ochoa fumbles the ball, and Matt Sioux Falls jumps right on it and reclaims possession of the ball. This is crazy.
Ochoa. Ochoa.
J.J. McGee, the tight end, jumping on the ball. Matt Ochoa has kneeled every return so far tonight. This is the first that he carries out of the end zone and pays the price. Ball on the ground, and look at this starting field position for the Sioux Falls offense. They've had great starting field position on basically every drive they've had because they've been the results of turnovers, and many of them have resulted in points. Tyree swings this one out to Colin Hart. Hart had one blocker out in front, but could not quite get past Albert Begin. Gains only 4, 2nd down and 6 from the 18.
Good as a run, though. You get 4 yards. It's pretty nice. And, Tyree hasn't been that clean either throwing the ball. He's thrown his share of picks in limited time. So he is doing a very good job right now staying clean, not giving Queen City the ball back.
3 backs in the backfield on 2nd down. Colin Hart takes the handoff. Breaking through once again and surging forward to the 11-yard line. Matt, this team just looks unstoppable tonight.
Yeah, same. I thought Queen City, again, had the right defense for that. But it's tough when you got a 1-2 punch like Hart and Wells. Really starts to tire out a defense, and then you're going to see him jump off sides.
Wells takes the handoff, running straight up the middle, falling towards the end zone. Can't quite make it in. They'll mark it down at the goal line, but 1st and goal from the goal line.
Yeah, look at the blocking, Mike.
I almost would have just hurried right back to the line and handed it to him again.
That ball is close. Yeah. I just give it to Wells again. Quick handoff here. Quick hitter getting to the end zone.
I agree. And they hand it to Colin Hart. Hart hitting the backfield. Can he get to the outside? He cannot. The Queen City defense is able to contain him that time for basically a 3.5-yard loss as well. They'll spot it back at the 4. 2nd down and goal from the 4 with 6 minutes and change to go in the first half.
Hart was holding his hand out like either stiff arm or please don't hurt me. I don't know which it was.
Tyree under center. Back to pass. Hits Colin Hart on the swing route and tackled for yet another loss. 2 more loss now, and Queen City defense coming to life. Ted Haynes, the Week 8 signing, with the tackle for a loss.
Yeah, Hart had someone open or Tyree had someone open in the back of the end zone, missed it. I think it was a designed screen. Now we'll see if they're going to screen it again. I can't imagine they run it from here, but I've been wrong so many times before.
That's true, Matt. Punch set. Jalen Wells with the handoff, going towards the end zone and leveled. Gets a shoulder right into his face. Ted Haynes, 3 tackles. You just saw the one for a loss. He's making an impact here early in his first career ball game, and that's going to hold Sioux Falls to a field goal, which, Matt, I must say, even though we still have plenty of ball game left, huge stop for the Corsairs.
3 possession games and a 4 possession game.
Yeah. So this one, a chip shot for Falk. Kick is up, and it is good from 18 yards out. Sioux Falls extends their lead 20-0. If you are new to the Simulation Football League, you are watching the first controllerless esport where strategy and the AI instead of thumbs determines the outcome. The teams submit game plans prior to the simulation, and the results play out live in real time with hundreds of viewers turned players, scouts, coaches, and team owners on the field to create an all-new kind of virtual reality. You can visit simulationfl.net for more information and to join our Discord server. Ochoa, hold on to that ball as he returns it up the right sideline. Gets hit really hard. Once again, they're trying to make that ball pop back out. Number 80 tackling number 80. Queen City regaining possession of the ball, and Matt, they got to take care of it. Turnovers.
Yeah, it's one of the keys, and one of the things we always say is points off turnovers. Well, we've had a metric ton, at least before halftime. It seems like a metric ton.
Caswell's thrown the ball 11 times. He's completed 3 passes to Queen City players and 3 passes to Sioux Falls players.
Oh, jeez.
That one nearly a backwards pass, going for a loss of only 2. That almost went the other way as well, man.
A lineman pick off a ball. Wouldn't that be something?
That would have been something. That definitely would have been something. 2nd down and 12. He's just got to regroup at halftime at this point.
I'm confused. Yeah, I've never seen Queen City look this, disconjointed on offense.
Yeah. Low snap for Caswell, stepping up, firing deep over the middle. There you go. There's a one-handed catch by James Matthew Jr. Get that tight end involved. His 3rd catch on the night. He's got darn near all the catches.
Well, we saw that in its highlights, Mike. The one-handed catch was for a touchdown, but this time right over the middle. Caswell throwing it this time where only he can grab it, and that's the kind of plays you got to make. You got to throw that ball where only he has a chance. That's Caswell's underthrown quite a few balls tonight so far.
James Matthew Jr., the number 1 scoring threat on this Queen City offense. Over 50 receptions, over 600 yards. He's got 6 touchdowns on the season. Gain of 1 on that play, 2nd down to 9. Matt, it's imperative that they score on this drive. Sioux Falls will get the ball back after the half.
Yeah, I don't think throwing it to your fullback is maybe the best idea there. But it was a 1-yard gain and not a 2-yard loss, so baby steps. But this offense has to just get 6 or 7 yards. Just get something positive. It doesn't have to be a huge bomb.
Caswell says, okay, well, we'll try this out route, and this time it's complete. Almost swatted away. Deezer Powell with the catch, and that'll bring up 3rd down and manageable 2 as we tick inside 3 minutes.
Yeah, and out routes are, good, but Sioux Falls has done a decent job clogging up those lanes as well. We saw a deflection earlier by Fargo and almost another one again. And this is the problem with Queen City. You'd want to run maybe on 3rd and 2, but no running back to be seen.
Sioux Falls showing blitz. Caswell throws, and that one is caught. Finally hitting Chris Curtis. And you can see, Caswell has thrown 3 interceptions today, but he threw a completion there. I wonder if they threw that stat up because they threw it to Chris Curtis again. Chris Curtis's first catch of the ball game. He's been targeted now 4 times. He's caught 1, and Jay Ringgold caught the other 3. Or, excuse me, John Barnhart caught the other 3. Caswell. Ball and nearly intercepted yet again. This time hitting the backup tight end, Morris Jackson. Nice gain of 7 yards, 2nd down and 3, and that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Can Queen City put some points on the board before halftime? We'll find out after this. Stay with us. Welcome back to Con-Pro Field here in Buffalo, New York. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Queen City on their best drive of the ball game. 6 plays, 51 yards so far. Caswell back to pass. Short pass over the middle. And wow, Matt, that receiver was slightly interfered with, it looked like, but it's not called.
James Matthew Jr. was nowhere in the picture. And I don't think that Caswell missed him by that much, but refs didn't see it.
Well, the ref was doing a backflip at the time, so maybe that's why he wasn't able to throw the flag. All sorts of chaos on that play. Three wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back on the field for the Corsairs. Matt's favorite formation in football. For some reason, that's not the kneel down when you're winning. Throwing it to James Matthew Jr. and connecting with him that time. AJ Levy with the tackle, but a first down and goal from the 7-yard line.
Now, if I'm Queen City, I let as much time tick away off this clock as I can. You got 3 timeouts. You don't want to give Sioux Falls the ball back with a ton of time. I might even, run it here.
High formation, and they do indeed hand it off to Jet 0 on the delayed draw. Will gain 2 up the middle, 2nd down and goal, minute 20 to go.
Delayed draw, I haven't seen many other teams in the league use it. Hasn't been a huge gainer for Queen City so far, but I think on the 2nd and goal now, you got to go back to the air. Look for your tight end.
I believe they will. Tight end at the left side of the line, hand down in the grass. And he is open, he is targeted, and he is turning upfield. He's short of the goal. Matt, 3rd down and goal, but they'll spot him at the goal line. They gave him forward progress to the goal line, but they say he was not out of bounds with less than a minute. Wow.
This is where you'd love to have a fullback just to give it right to on the goal line. Just put everybody together and just hand it off. But look at this formation.
Caswell in the gun. Watch for James Matthew Jr. again. Caswell back to throw. Quick pass into coverage, and that one is incomplete. Deezer Powell, the intended target. I thought he had it, but it is incomplete. And James Troll will come out for the field goal, try to at least get some points on the board here before the half. Matt, that's an unfortunate end to the drive for Queen City.
I don't care who you have on the field. I'd audible to a run. I'd put my wide receiver in the backfield if I had to, because when you see a 3-2 on the goal line, I just want to dive it.
I agree. James Troll, 9 of 10 on the season. This one from only 17 yards out from the left hash. Low snap. Gets the kick away, and it is up and good. Oh, that would have been crazy.
I thought we were going to see a real-life Charlie Brown situation there.
James Troll, nicknamed Peanuts, due to slipping a couple of times in his first game. The community thinks that Sioux Falls has this one in the bag before it even began. Matt, 61.2% of the community voted in favor of Sioux Falls, and they are probably feeling good about that vote right now. Sioux Falls in the lead, 20-3 over the Corsairs. AJ Levy, 5 yards deep in the end zone, will kneel down his first kick return possibility of tonight. Brings it out to the 20-yard line. 3 timeouts, 50 seconds, and 80 yards to go to add some more points back on before halftime.
Queen City would love to get a pick here, get another chance to put some points on the board because they can't let Sioux Falls drive down the field and score any more points. Even 3 is not a great look going into halftime.
Ball is handed off to Colin Hart. Hart with room to run out in front of him, breaks a tackle and getting up almost all the way to the 40-yard line. Sioux Falls will burn their first time out, tackled finally after running quite a way by Brock Barkley.
It's a slippery man, Mike. He doesn't necessarily, look at that, breaks one tackle, slides off another tackle, just keeps those legs at churn and doesn't really lower the shoulder too much, but like I say, just keeps those feet moving, getting maximum amount of yards on that play, and sets Sioux Falls up with 2 timeouts on the 39. Now they can go for some passes and try to get field goal range.
Queen City desperate to get a turnover. Both of these teams tied for 11th place in the league in takeaways with 15 apiece. Obviously, Sioux Falls extending that a bit tonight with 3 interceptions and a fumble recovery. Jalen Wells takes that handoff, gains only 1, and they'll go into the hurry up.
Hopefully they have a pass out of this. We'll see.
Wells takes another handoff, getting impressive yardage up to the 48-yard line. No timeout called yet. They probably want to see if they can convert this 3rd down and 1. They do need to hurry and get back into position, though. 18 seconds to go in the first half. Wells takes the handoff, runs up the middle, room to run. Off he goes, breaking through all the way up to the 33-yard line, and they will burn their second timeout. 1 remaining. 1st down and 10 from the 33.
Field goal time. They're in Falk range. Coach Wilson bumbles it again, Mike. I want him to call a timeout instead of
Wells off to the races.
Big one. Yeah, and even though he looked a little tired there, he was able to get him in field goal range. See if they can convert.
Maxwell Falk on for the field goal try. 11 seconds to go here in the first half, but may as well get the field goal out of the way now, I guess. This one from 49 yards out. Straight down the middle. Kick is on its way, and it is good. So the field goal that Queen City was able to get on their drive wiped out, and once again, it's a 20-point ball game.
Yeah, and how did Sioux Falls get it done, Mike? The running game.
The running game, yep. Jalen Wells getting the bulk of the carries tonight so far, Matt. He's had 12 rushing attempts for 68 yards to Colin Hart's 8 rushing attempts for 51 yards. Hart does have that 1 rushing touchdown, though, in addition to Noe Terrazas' receiving touchdown. And then it's been a few other field goals getting the rest of the points on the board. 2 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll probably see one handoff to Jet Zero and then take us to halftime.
Yeah, why risk it with 2 seconds to go? You don't want Mr. Barnhart to get a pick 6. I mean, he's having that kind of night.
He is having that kind of night.
He's halfway to 6.
And Caswell in the gun, so this could be
interesting.
Oh,
Nelly.
Sparrow showing pressure. And the blitz is coming.
Oh, no.
Back. Hitting Chris Curtis, though, but just padding the stats a little bit. Man, why would he test Barnhart like that?
Oh.
Curtis gets the catch. So, made my heart skip a beat. But, see, he got the ball deeper that time, unlike those first 3 corner routes that he threw that all ended up getting picked. So that'll bring us to halftime. Your score at the half, 23-3. Sioux Falls Sparrows in the lead. We'll take a peek here at the first half stats and highlights. And, Matt, I think it goes without saying, but what do you think the difference in the game is so far?
Turnovers.
Turnovers, yeah.
Turnovers in the running game. I mean, Sioux Falls has been able to get their running game going. 2 yards for Queen City on the ground. You need a little more balance than that. You know what I mean? 30 or 40 yards might be more on track for them. And 4-0 in the turnover battle. I mean, oof.
We're going to see a few of those turnovers here. Queen City threw an interception on their first drive. The defense was able to hold, though. Sioux Falls needed to punch it away. But on Queen City's second drive, there he is yet again.
Deja vu.
Another interception. This time, Sioux Falls is able to capitalize. They only had to go 23 yards to get into the end zone. 9-yard touchdown pass on this out route to Noe Terrazas. Look at that jump, climbing the ladder. Up he went. Queen City would have a 7-play, 13-yard drive, resulted in a punt. Sioux Falls would have a 12-play, 43-yard drive, which would end in this field goal. A.J. Caswell would bring his offense back out onto the field, trying to get something going. Sidearms this one. Chris Curtis bobbled. Yep, picked off once again. The third interception of the ball game. Sioux Falls, 7 plays, 45 yards later, a 19-yard rushing touchdown. How did he break through? It's just, I don't know how he got through that one.
Patience, young crazy. Jedi, patience.
he just waited for it to develop. The 7-play, 21-yard drive would follow for Sioux Falls after they would get the fumble on the opening kickoff. So back-to-back drive, not the opening kickoff, but the kickoff following that 19-yard touchdown rush would be fumbled. They'd go 7 plays, 21 yards, make a field goal. Queen City, Matt, finally able to get moving down the field. 12 plays, 74 yards, starting off with that impressive one-handed catch by James Matthew Jr. They'd end up making a field goal. But before the half, Sioux Falls, a 5-play, 47-yard drive, resulting in that field goal right there to bring us to halftime, 23-3. Matt, that possession by Queen City where they were only able to get the garbage play right here. They were only able to get down to the goal line. That one was crazy. They should have had 6 on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, lack of running game really hurts you. Queen City's got, 2 guards and 2 tackles. They paid a lot of money for. You think that you want to run the ball a little more behind a line that's stout.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Matt. I'm Mike Daggs on play-by-play, joined in the booth by the Hall of Fame quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs, Matt Wilson. With us tonight on Stats is J.L. Browning. You are watching the Simulation Football League live from Buffalo, New York. The Queen City Corsairs playing host to the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Sioux Falls sitting at 5-2. Queen City at 3-4. Queen City desperate to get a win and keep themselves in the playoff conversation. A.J. Lee, only kick returner with 2 returns for a touchdown, spinning his way up to the 21-yard line there. Julian Tyree will lead the Sioux Falls offense back out onto the field to get the second half started. Tyree, a very efficient first half, Matt, 92% completion percentage, 11 receptions on 12 attempts, only 77 yards. Like we said in the opening, he don't throw it a lot, but when he does, he makes good plays with that passing game. 1 passing touchdown to Terrazas. And right back down to the ground, Jalen Wells, 10 yards right there. They'll actually spot him 9.9. He's got 80 yards now on, 13 rushing attempts. Yes, 13 rushing attempts, 80 yards for the fullback.
He's the hammer. And hard as, not the nail. I would say more of the track star, thunder and lightning, more likely.
Tyree under center. Tyree says, I can do it myself. Watch me go off to the races. He goes. Run, Tyree, run up to the 41-yard line.
We got thunder, lightning, and
thunder, lightning, and Tyree.
Well, Mike, the quarterback breaks a tackle. That's just, humiliating for a defense. You gotta hit the quarterback.
And then the little yawn by Gunnar Lewis. You see that? That's just rude. Yeah. That's just rude, Gunnar. Tyree back to pass, out route to Jalen Wells on first down. Wells able to get 9 yards on that reception all the way up to midfield.
Feels like, lately the Sioux Falls offense can't do anything wrong. Queen City started out pretty well, and then as the game's gone on, as Sioux Falls has kind of taken their shots with all these runs, it's kind of slowing down the Queen City defense.
Ball is handed off to Wells, and Wells not able to gain anything on that one. 3rd down and 1. And Matt, the one thing that this running game has also been able to so far negate completely is the pass rush by Jeff Duffy on this defensive line. You see Jeff Duffy in the middle of your screen right there. 12.5 sacks, number 1 in the league coming into week 8. He hasn't been able to do anything with it tonight, but gets the, Jalen Wells gets the first down there. Duffy able to just impose his will on opposing quarterbacks if they're pass heavy, but so far tonight, no.
Yeah, and if I'm Sioux Falls, you got Hart and Wells, just keep alternating between them and run this clock out, get first downs, and only pass it at third and long. But again, Coach Wilson is not a coach for a reason.
This is true. Tyree passes over the middle, and that one is caught. Gunnar Lewis getting in on the action once again up to the 33-yard line, fresh set of downs.
Case closed by Coach Wilson's not a coach. Tyree gets a little pressure, but there was a nice ball. A little bit of a wobbler, but not quite a bronze bomber special. They flap a little more than that.
I'm still convinced that when you throw the ball, you're just grabbing the nose of the ball and just heaving it without even making any attempt to throw a spiral. It's just throw it down the field. However it flies, it flies. Hart takes the handoff on first down, breaking through 2 tackles. Can't break through 3, but gets inside the 20, all the way down to the 19-yard line before he's tackled by David Tilley, the defensive tackle.
This is getting out of hand now with his running game. Mike Hart just can't be brought down on first contact or second contact. Third contact finally takes him to the ground. But again, that's got to be wearing on your defense. These are just body blows, and very efficient time management.
7 sacks on the season for David Tilley, and that time he had to catch the running back 12 yards downfield, stuffing Jalen Wells right at the line. This time, no gain on the play. Jared Crow with the tackle, 2nd down and 10.
Good start, but a long way to go.
Inside the red zone, 2nd down. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Tyree to pass. Out route. Oh, that one could have been picked, but instead it is batted away. Al Dillapre Sr. was the intended target. Follow the Simulation Football League on social media, on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, you name it. Discord, you can find our Discord community. I even believe our social media guru, Andy Hamilton, is still making videos on, what is that platform those cool kids are using nowadays? TikTok. We're everywhere at Simulationfl for all of them. Julian Tyree, pump fake, fires down inside the 10-yard line. That one is caught. First down and goal from the 5, getting the backups involved to Rain James.
But look at Tyree had a lot of time in the pocket, enough to pump and throw the defense off. This is when your star-studded D-line, Duffy's got to get there and make a play. Because now it's 1st and goal at the 5, and I think we're going to see I'm not even going to guess anymore.
3 receivers to the top, and really only one person covering them. Tyree back to throw, firing towards the top. Colin Hart takes it behind the line of scrimmage and gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Off a lobby with the tackle. Now 5 on the day, 1 for a loss. I think that was the one right there. They'll mark it about a half-yard loss on the play. Matt, Queen City does have a star-studded defensive line. Jeff Duffy, 12.5 sacks, number 1 in the league. Digger Graves, the rookie, he's got 4.5 sacks. David Tilley, he's got 7 sacks. I mean, my goodness. None of them can get to the quarterback, though. Hart takes the handoff into the end zone. Touchdown, Sioux Falls. And the route is on here in Buffalo.
Well, Mike, I guess, which is better? The best running game of the league or, the best passing game in the league? And so far, the running game is winning.
Yeah, the running game is winning, Matt. And, you mentioned the best running game in the league. Louisiana, able to get a lot done on the ground with Reggie Streeter. And, they're showing how much you can use the running game. They're currently sitting at 7-1 on the season. So, something for teams to take note of. Yeah, Sioux Falls versus Louisiana, maybe in the playoffs. I'm not sure if it's on the regular season schedule coming up, but Yeah, the run game so far seems to be mightier than the pass game. At least that's what we see so far here tonight. 30-3 the score currently here in the third quarter. 6:11 to go in the third. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Stay with us. Welcome back to Buffalo, New York, Con-Pro Field, the site of tonight's ball game. Queen City will get the ball at their own 20-yard line after the kickoff was taken back in the end zone. Knelt down for a touchback. First down and 10 from their own 20. Split backs in the backfield. Caswell to throw. Caswell fires over the middle, hitting James Matthew Jr. once again. Matt, that play has worked just about every single time. I think we need to just see more of that hashtag throw it to the tight end action.
Yeah, he's been the only really consistent threat on this Queen City offense to make plays. And, nice route. Caswell fits it right in the middle of the defense, and got to keep that up.
James Matthew Jr. quickly approaching 100 yards on the night, 6 receptions for 96 yards. He's been targeted 8 times. He's got almost all of Caswell's receiving yardage today. Jet Zero takes the handoff with blockers out in front of him. Jet Zero's best run of the ball game gets him up to midfield. Fresh set of downs.
Yeah, I think that's like, 5 times the rushing yardage they had in the first half. 1 run from Zero. Well blocked. Zero follows his blockers and gets as many yards as he can. That's the kind of rushing game Queen City needed earlier. They weren't even attempting it that much. That's the thing.
The defensive line of Sioux Falls has been able to hold him in check for most of the ball game. An 11-yarder, his longest. Delayed draw this time, able to bust through that defensive line and get another big one. 11 more yards for the running back, straight up the gut down to the 39-yard line.
Well, 2 Jet Zero runs again. They're pulling off their first half playbook in the second half, but it might be too late for that.
Might be too late indeed. Down by 27. Just under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Under 16 minutes overall to play in the ball game. Offset eye. Jet Zero with a delayed draw again. And Matt, the running game finally working. 11 more yards for Jet Zero. 11, 11, and 11 more down to the 27. Fresh set of downs.
Well, I mean, I think Sioux Falls is just playing the pass. And
They need to be able to capitalize on it.
They'll give the 11 yards a carry if the clock keeps ticking and Queen City doesn't score a quick touchdown.
Jet Zero's stats now looking a little bit more respectable after 3 big carries. Caswell now in the gun trying to hit that out route to James Matthew Jr. Second down and 5. Matt, Cam Frosby, the defensive tackle for the Sioux Falls Sparrows, picked number 112 in the draft in the 6th round. He's from Sioux City, Iowa, works as a case manager and child behavior specialist. He organizes weekly board game nights on Fridays for anyone that's interested in heading to Sioux City, Iowa. And he has a YouTube series called Champions of the Midwest. Just completed their first season. He's getting ready for season number 2. Welcome to the league, Cam Frosby. Deezer Powell with that catch. First down and goal from the 3.
Well, I mean, this is the best looking drive I've seen out of Queen City, but you know what the difference is? It's balanced. Run, pass, run, pass. You know, I think if I'm Queen City, I'm looking to, Jet Zero showing he can pick up some yards. Just incorporate him a little bit, maybe 10% more into the offense.
As well under center on 1st and goal. Hands the ball off to Jet Zero. Can he power through? He can.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Jet Zero. Getting into the end zone for the first time this season.
Wow. Again, look at the blocking, Mike. And then he just lowers the shoulder and bowls that guy over. He's capable. He's not going to blow you away with his speed, but he's capable. And that made a big difference in this drive.
Extra point try coming up by James Troll. We are back to a 3-score ball game. It's not over. It's definitely not over. Over 14 minutes to go in the ball game. Queen City finally looking like the championship team they've been multiple times in the past. By getting that drive done. Kick is up and it is good. Can they bounce back in this one? They're here at home. The crowd's on their side. We'll see what they can do as the game continues on. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. We'll be back. Welcome back to Buffalo, New York. Queen City getting a touchdown on the board. Slightly cutting away at the lead here that Sioux Falls has. A.J. Levy taking it out of the end zone. Returning it up the middle. There's a flag on the play, and he fumbled. And Queen City able to jump on it. Told you the game's not over, Matt.
What's the penalty? That's the key.
I'm going to guess it's a block in the back.
Oh, it's clipping.
Clipping on Sioux Falls, so that will be declined. And of course, there's do indeed decline. So the clipping, Matt's favorite penalty, by the way. Loves
wow.
Travis Dulworth hopping on that one. So we've seen 2 fumbles on kickoffs, each recovered by the opposing team. And A.J. Levy, one of the best kick return men in the game. A rare fumble by Levy, and that sets Queen City up in their best starting field position of the night. Well, they're on a hot streak.
Yeah, he got spun. He got hit on a spin, but then he got hit again, and the ball popped out. This is Queen City's chance now. They got to look for a big play here, score quickly, and all of a sudden, game is getting a little bit closer.
Jet Zero trying to pick up where he left off. Can't do it. Off at the line. Knocked down by Alex Parker, and slow to get up. Oh, my goodness. Can't afford to lose Jet Zero. I know he hasn't put up massive yards, but he accounted for most of the yards on that last drive, and not to mention the touchdown. Don't want to lose when you're trying to make your comeback.
It really stinks to lose a running back, let me tell you.
Especially if it's early on in the ball game, but we won't get into that one. Zero taking the handoff here on 2nd down, able to gain back the yard that he lost, but that is all 3rd down and 10.
Now I'm a little confused by the Queen City play calling. I said balanced, guys, balanced. If it's 2nd and 10, I would definitely throw it when you're down by this much. And now They got to go empty set. And Sioux Falls has got the defense ready for that. So we'll see if Caswell can thread it in there.
Caswell in the gun. Pumps, fires over the middle. And that one's incomplete. Tried to hit Deezer Powell, and Powell can't haul it in. 4th down and 10. And I guess they're going to go for the field goal, but Matt, they're down by 3 touchdowns.
I can't believe Powell dropped this ball. It's right there in his hands.
Well, we saw Chris Curtis do the same thing earlier on, Matt. It was right to Chris Curtis, and he bobbled it, and Curtis's was intercepted. That was the third pick that was hauled in by John Barnhart. So lucky that one wasn't taken away on the bobble, and they're at least able to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, but I would never think, both Powell and Curtis would have dropped the ball in a game. Very rare. Especially
Very rare indeed.
Plays like that.
2 veteran receivers, highly rated in the league, and both getting some drops. There's a flag on the play, Matt. The kick is up, and it is good. See what the flag is. I'm guessing it's going to be a hold. That might back them up. They'd still be in field goal range. It just might be longer.
Oh, no.
More clipping.
Oh, not a field goal. This is all too familiar.
more clipping, Matt. The Sparrows accept this penalty, and that will indeed back up the Queen City Corsairs.
I don't see the clip, but
you never do, Matt.
Yeah, but let me tell you, this Mexico City had a chance to win a game against the undefeated Tallahassee Pride, kick for the win possibly, and then the clip, and now they got a punt.
Wow, Matt, they got a punt
scenario.
They got a punt. A big penalty that knocked them out of field goal range, so no points on that drive. After starting with it only 23 yards away from the end zone, fair catch back at the 11-yard line. That is crazy. Matt, the Crowd Play Game of the Week is coming up in less than an hour. You've got 45 minutes before that one kicks off. If you have not yet downloaded the Crowd Play app, you need to do so. Otherwise, you can't be in on the action. $1,000 prize pool up for grabs, and the only way to win any money is to get the app and play the game. There are some pre-game questions that you can answer right now. So go ahead, download the app, and get in on the action. Game starts in 44 minutes' time. Tyree throws to a wide-open target over the middle, completing the pass and getting up to the 27-yard line, hauled in by El Dillapre Sr. Matt, I mentioned him at the beginning of the ball game as one of the least used receivers on this team, and he leads in receptions.
Well, that's what happens, Mike, when you say something receiver. But, I mean, Tyree had pressure in his face. He just kind of slid to the side, didn't let it bother him, didn't get happy feet, just drilled a pass to Dillapre Sr. And first down, Sioux Falls gets to milk some more clock.
Jeff Duffy, he needs to get in on the action here in this one, Matt. He's got 1 tackle so far, and that is
Wait, what's going on?
Well, Tyree, I don't know what he was doing, but he didn't get away. David Tilley wrapped him up and brought him down. I don't know if he was running or if it was just a broken play, but Tilley says he's seen quite enough of Tyree running, and he just wants to get this ball back. 2nd down and 10.
There's been a delay, and they hit the running back first, and Tyree's got to eat it either way. Queen City's defense has to step up big.
And another broken play. David Tilley seats him down again. I don't know how Tilley's getting these jumps, Matt.
I think Tyree went for the sneak. I think that's what's going on. And Queen City's defense is just saying no.
Well, they probably see it in the in their practice each week. AJ Caswell, he's known to run the ball too. I guess they've abandoned the run now, Matt. Tyree in the gun.
Interesting.
Low snap for Tyree. Throws quick pass over the middle, complete to Terrazas, and a fresh set of downs. So after 2 broken plays, they're still able to get the first down, keeps the clock rolling, and that will bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Your score after 3 quarters of play: Sioux Falls 30, Queen City 10. Can Queen City get back in this one? There's only 1 more quarter remaining to find out. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports, and For the Fans, we'll be back after this. And welcome back to Buffalo, New York. I am Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson. With us on stats tonight, J.L. Browning and Cameron Irvine, our producer, back in the studio. 30-10, Sioux Falls over the Queen City Corsairs. First down and 10, Sioux Falls in possession of the football. Colin Hart taking the handoff, hit behind the line and brought down. Ajamu Afolabi with the tackle for a loss. Colin Hart, 65 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns tonight.
Good job by Afolabi. Hart's been breaking a lot of tackles.
He didn't break that one. Oof. He's been breaking tackles and breaking hearts, Matt says.
Don't go breaking my heart.
No. It's not time to sing yet, Matt. Tyree, back to throw, out route.
Oh.
And that one is complete and immediately brought down. Gunnar Lewis with the catch. Tackled on the play by King Jamal. Matt, Jeff Duffy, where has he been tonight? Well, right now he's in Poland. So maybe that could explain why he hasn't been on the field. But he's originally from Texas, currently lives in Poland, enjoys restoring old Volkswagens. He was in the Air Force for 14 years. Thank you for your service. His wife, Daria, they have a daughter, Nomi. Absolutely loves buffets, Matt. He's a classic buffet boy.
Oh, boy, one of my homies.
That pass complete over the middle keeps the chains moving, keeps the clock rolling. The seldom used Al Dillifree Sr. with the catch.
I think you got to drop that nomenclature, Mike. He's no longer seldom used Al Dillifree Sr.
Seldom used. Listen, I'm telling you, Matt, in our pregame analysis, A.J. Warren, he's got 26 receptions on the season. Gunnar Lewis, 30 receptions. Al Dillifree had 12. Well, now he's leading the team in receptions so far tonight. Colin Hart keeping it going on the ground. 8 yards scamper up the middle to the Queen City 38-yard line. Now with less than 10 minutes to go and the clock rolling.
Yeah, it's crazy that Sioux Falls continues to pass. They kind of got this lead by running the ball, and now they're up big, and they're like, well, we're going to throw it. I don't know if they're practicing for the next game or what, but, you don't play with your food too much.
Jalen Wells takes the handoff. He's able to get the first down. Wrapped up, I believe Jeff Duffy ended up making that tackle. David Tilley was there first. But first down and 10. Clock continues to roll. And A.J. Warren shaking his head for some reason. Offset eye. I guess he wanted a catch. Queen City showing pressure. Blitz is coming. Wells wrapped up. Still able to gain 3. Second down and 7. At the Week 8 headlines in trouble. The defending champs beat by Arizona, who are now 4-4. They're now outside of the playoff hunt. Growing up, St. Louis and Lone Star, filled with newcomers, are in the mix at 4-4. 4 in a row after a sluggish 2-2 start. Jacksonville Kings have roared to 6-2. The Jacksonville Kings actually one of the teams that lost to Queen City. Ball is handed off to Jalen Wells there. Third down and 5. In vulture prey, Baltimore dominates in Mexico. They did indeed. That was a painful one. They've outscored the last two teams 78-21. Mexico City just unable to get points on the board yesterday, I should say. Rising Knights, winners of 2 straight. London is out of the cellar, looking to make a run. Can they keep it going? They are home next week. Third down and 5 for the Sparrows. Tyree steps up, out route. Complete, but short of the line to gain. Tyree's favorite receiving target, Al Dillifree Sr., with the catch.
I think coach is giving him some trouble because he should have got the first down there. I kind of gingerly ran out of bounds, but field goal is okay for Sioux Falls here. They're just gonna, they can't run any clock. Well, they're running a clock now that the ball has been placed, but could have wasted a lot more time.
43-yard field goal try coming up for Maxwell Falk. Had a 44-yarder last week. This one 1 yard shy of that. Kick is on its way. It is good. 33-10 over the Queen City Corsairs. Here in this one. 7 minutes, 16 seconds to go in the ball game. Can Queen City get back in it? They'll need to start on this next possession, or it could be too late for them. You are watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports, and for the fans, stick around. Welcome back to Con-Pro Field here in Buffalo, New York, the site of tonight's ball game, the first game of our doubleheader this evening. Ochoa takes a knee in the end zone. Get your player position locked and loaded today through our Discord server and the SFL Minor League, SFLM. Now 12 teams. There's more opportunities than ever to be the player you've always wanted to be. You can join our Discord community through our website, simulationfl.net. Second season of the minor league starts in early October, just about a month away. Contact Andrew Rastelli, our deputy commissioner. He can be found in our Discord server for more information. Out route to the top, Chris Curtis with the catch, 6-yard gain, 2nd down and 4.
And it's a tale of two quarterbacks, Mike.
Indeed it is.
Caswell needed to have a much bigger day for Queen City to have a shot, and Tyree's close in yardage and no touchdowns and 3 picks for Caswell. It's just Queen City can't win like that.
High formation on 2nd down. Ball is handed off to Jet 0. Able. They're going to mark him inches short, man. I thought he got that 1st down. Approaching 50 yards now on the ground, but I think it's definitely too late. If they want to get 0 involved, it should probably be in the passing game at this point.
Yeah, I just get all the receivers in there and just start throwing the ball deep because don't have to run the ball 33 times. Just got to go all out.
Caswell fires over the middle. Hits his tight end, James Matthew Jr., getting it up to the 48-yard line and moving the chains, keeping the drive alive. You can catch the SFL live every July through October and every January through April over the weekends, Monday nights, as in tonight, on 11 Sports for the fans and the Simulation Football League's YouTube and Twitch channels. Follow at Simulationfl on Twitter to always get the most up-to-date broadcast dates, times, and matchups so you don't miss a moment of the action. Handoff to Jet 0. Stiff arms the defender in the backfield, shoving him down into the turf and fighting. He kept turning those legs, Matt. Gains 4. The upcoming schedule for Sioux Falls, they host the Vancouver Legion, and then they head on the road to Baltimore and Arizona. Baltimore's a really tough team. In Arizona, they've been up and down, but they are, clawing and scratching to stay in that playoff hunt. So a tough upcoming schedule for the Sparrows for sure. Caswell in the gun. Caswell fires over the middle, and that one is complete as well. Deezer Powell didn't drop that one. 1st down and 10 up to the Sioux Falls 34. And Matt, they should be in the hurry.
Come on, go.
Yeah. Pressure was coming right into Caswell's face.
Oof. Powell sure took a shot on that one.
Yeah, he did. Caswell stood tall and got the completion. And now all the wide receivers are out there, Matt. 4 wide and the tight end on the field for the Corsairs. Caswell to throw. Fires it short. That was a short pass over the middle, complete. They'll hurry back to the line.
Are the backups in for Sioux Falls? That's the question.
Caswell hits James Matthew Jr., who climbs the ladder, getting up to the 20-yard line. And I know you said earlier, Matt, they don't have to do big plays, but I think they do now. These short ones aren't gonna get it done.
They do.
Deep
for sure.
corner towards the end zone and right into the hands of tonight's defensive star, John Barnhart. Matt, it doesn't get any easier for the Corsairs as the season continues on. They're on the road to defending, not defending champions, but 2 seasons ago defending champions, Denver Night Wings, who are at 6-1. Then they come back here to Buffalo to host the Lone Star Glory, and then on the road in Mexico City, coming off a loss, but a potent-looking team as well. Difficult games ahead for Queen City. Caswell pump fakes, has all kinds of time, stepping up and off he goes, doing his best Tyree impersonation. 1st down and goal from the 6. Both of these QBs like to run. 4 minutes, 9 seconds to go in the ball game as they hurry back to the line.
Could have slid there, but oh wow.
Caswell to throw. Bait route towards the end zone. That one's incomplete. Trying to hit Deezer Powell, Matt. And look at this. Thrown to him 9 times. He's only been able to haul in 4, and that's been part of the problem. There's been drops and it's not all just on Queen City. The Sioux Falls Sparrows defense has done their job. Barnhart picking off passes. Heck, even, the linebackers swatting them down. I think James Kelly had that swat down at the line. Caswell throws it out to the running back, Jet Zero, whose momentum carries him out of bounds at the 8. No gain on the play, 3rd and goal.
Yeah, Caswell has got to lead him a little bit better than that. Zero is kind of going the wrong direction. He's trying to grab the ball, but it's hard to turn back upfield when your momentum is moving you towards the sideline like that. You don't have much room to pivot back. So
Caswell under center, empty backfield. 3rd down and goal. Looking towards the end zone, stepping up.
Oh,
Fires it short of the end zone, hitting Ochoa. It'll be a 4th
why are
down
there
goal from the 3.
go, guys? What are you doing?
Just get right back to the line. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they didn't. So they've got to get in here and then attempt their first of what would end up being a few onside kicks. Caswell fires, end zone, touchdown, James Matthew Jr.
Well, adds to his total of touchdowns for Queen City.
James Matthew Jr. now with 129 yards on 10 receptions. Getting into the end zone with that touchdown reception. It narrows the gap just a bit, and we will see the extra point try and then basically a guaranteed onside kick coming up. (33-16) with the extra point try forthcoming. Good snap kick on its way. It's up, and it is good. 33-17. Now the score in this one. Onside kick coming up after the break. You are watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. And welcome back. Onside kick try coming up. Sioux Falls botched a couple of onside kicks that came their way only a couple of weeks ago. Can they get this one? And they do, easily recovering the onside kick at the Queen City 42-yard line. And Matt, it is somehow, believe it or not, only a 2-score ball game.
All I can say for the Queen City defense is ready for the run. Get your middle set and just don't let Sioux Falls have a field goal. Give them 3 and out and then go from there.
about 7 yards from field goal range. Ball is handed off, and they are able to gain 1. They'll spot them 2 up to the 40-yard line, 2nd down and 8, and the clock will continue to roll. Matt, at what point do you start calling your timeouts if you're Queen City?
I don't know. Maybe I'd wait till after this play, maybe, and see, if it's you get them in a 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 5 or something like that. I definitely call it. If it's like 3rd and 1, maybe not.
Offset eye for the Sparrows. Tyree hands the ball off to Colin Hart. Hart hit at the line and brought down at the line. No gain on the play. 13 carries, 75 yards for Colin Hart. And they don't call the timeout. It looks like they might let it go almost all the way to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, luckily for Queen City, they're going to get a free timeout. We'll have to see if Sioux Falls wants to go for the jugular. They come out with, shotgun, or if they're going to run the ball and try to get it that way.
Tyree letting the clock tick all the way down. 4 on the play clock. 3, 2, snaps the ball, looking to throw. Going deep down the sideline, tipped and incomplete. Nearly intercepted, but that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. A 4th down and 8. Queen City about to get the ball back on the other side of this break. You are watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fan. Sioux Falls special teams unit on the field to punt. Get your crowd play apps loaded and ready. We are 22 minutes away from kickoff in our crowd play game of the week. Punt is away. We'll bounce down at the 10, 5, and dying. Matt, the worst case scenario, all the way down to the 3-yard line. So 97 yards to go towards the end zone, and then we would need to see a 2-point conversion, and then a successful onside kick try, and then another touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie. Can it be done?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very much a Kobayashi Maru situation for the Queen City Corsairs right now.
And if you're not a Star Trek fan, you'll have to Google that. 1st down and 10 from the 3. Caswell from his own end zone fires to Deezer Powell, getting the reception out of bounds, stopping the clock. You see the comparison between James Matthew Jr. and Deezer Powell. The tight end leading the receiving yards for the Queen City Corsairs tonight heavily with over 100.
They need one of those deep plays we saw 2 weeks ago where Powell just torched the corner and Castle threw beauty over the corner's head and Powell ran for a touchdown. That'd be perfect right about now.
Yeah, look how far they're playing off, though. Short pass to Chris Curtis. He catches that one inside up at the 21-yard line.
Go, 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 go.
Caswell sidearms this one. Caught by Christopher Ochoa, and he had a little bit of gas to him right there, getting all the way up to the 37. Bring back to the line once again, getting everybody set. Caswell to throw. Sidearms that one to Chris Curtis. Curtis stopped short of the line to gain 2nd down and inches. Minute 11 to go in the ball game.
Great plays, but I don't know if they're deep enough.
Now Sparrows in press coverage. Curtis had beat his man. Wow, at the bottom of the screen, Curtis had ripped right past the defender, and if Caswell had seen that, that might have been an opportunity to air it out deep. 3rd down and inches. The crowd play game of the week coming up immediately after this game. Well, I should say 20 minutes from right now. Download the app. Get your shot at a share of the $1,000 prize pool. It's a fun, easy game to play. Even if you don't know much about the league, you can still answer the questions about the game you are watching. That game starts at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Caswell throws over the middle. That one is caught by Deezer Powell. Under a minute to go. Still haven't called any of those timeouts. Probably saving them for the second possession that they need. Caswell hit as he throws and incomplete. Stops the clock with 50 seconds to go. 2nd down and 10.
Well, he didn't take a sack. Clock stops. They need to get something. They need to get a 5 or 7-step drop play or a shotgun play for Caswell. As I just don't think that 3-step drop is. There's no routes deep enough. He needs to throw an out. He needs to throw a deep out. He needs to risk it or something deep down the seam.
It's time to put up the points or go home without the win. Caswell looking, throws, and that one's incomplete.
Oh.
Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and replica jerseys are out now. You can get your name on the back of your team's or your fan favorite team's jersey by visiting the team stores and libraries for purchase options through sector6apparel.com or through our website, simulationfl.net. Just hit the shop button, head to the Mexico City store, find the jerseys, type in DAGS on the back, 83 for the number, and you can have the best jersey in the league. Caswell back to pass, firing deep down the right sideline, trying to hit Chris Curtis, and that one swatted away and incomplete. Well defended by Jay Ringgold, 4th down and 10.
That's the kind of play you have to try, Mike. You know, I mean, if it didn't work, it didn't. But you can't just keep throwing 10-yard passes. They're complete, but you don't have the time. Now you might want a 10-yard completion just so the game's not over.
Absolutely. 4th down and goal.
Look at Sioux Falls with a 3-2. They're going to drop everybody here.
4th and 10, 41 seconds to go. From the 40. Caswell looking. Throws it short of the line to gain, and Sioux Falls will take over on downs.
Oh, the Cardinals said, Mike, throwing it short of the line on 4th down.
You can't do that.
No, not with this defense. And I mean, you could do it if there was room, but I mean, James Matthews Jr. has back turned. There's no way he's gonna be able to turn around and get the first. Yeah,
Ringgold was just lying in wait. As soon as he saw the pass coming towards Matthew Jr., he just honestly started diving at him before he even got the pass completed. So Willie Beeman at quarterback for the Sparrows. Ball handed off to Freddie Fox. Stephen Willie Beeman hand the ball off to Freddie Fox, Matt, and Queen City will have to burn their first time out.
Yeah, I would say Sioux Falls has definitely the best backup quarterback and backup halfback in the league, and Freddie Fox and Stephen Willie Beeman. Freddie Fox made a nice spin touchdown a long time ago, and one of the all-time legendary backup players.
Ball is handed
There's
off
the
to
Fox, Blake.
Once again, there's
Look at the
spin.
Fox go!
Well, what does the Fox say? The Fox says first down.
First down.
And Queen City will have to burn another timeout. And with that, they are going to be unable to stop the clock. All we need is a couple of kneel downs, and this one is over.
This legendary Freddie Fox spin, Mike, just completely faking a Queen City starter out of his boots. This is why this man needs to, move to another team, sign a big contract, man. You've been behind, it's been a backup for too long in this league, sir.
Victory formation on the field. Hey, you know what, Matt? Maybe you need to head over to Sector 6 and get yourself a Freddie Fox.
That's right. That's exactly what I'll do, and I'll take a picture. Freddie Fox.
Now I know what to get you for Christmas this year.
Yes.
Freddie Fox Sioux Falls Sparrows jersey for the quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs. It makes total sense. 2nd down and 12
if I'm going to be a fan of a player, it's got to be a backup, man. Since Truckee Steck's gone, Freddie Fox is my man.
I think Truckee Steck might be back, actually.
Oh.
He took a brief hiatus, I think, last season, but
worked at the Sizzler for a while. I was doing that.
Final kneel down, Queen City out of timeouts, and the clock will continue to run. that will be it in this one. Willie Beeman with the final kneel down. 15 seconds to go in the ball game. You want more SFL content? Our Discord community has podcasts, articles, and highlights about the league, its teams, and players. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Simulationfl and visit our website, simulationfl.net, for more news, features, and informations. Clock has hit 0 in this one. The Sioux Falls Sparrows have come away with the win, 33-17 over the hometown Queen City Corsairs. Sioux Falls will improve to 6-2 on the season, and Queen City will fall to 3-5. Matt, your final thoughts in this one?
Turnovers, Mike, 4-1. Queen City did get the running game going. I mean, the yardage is more for the Corsairs, but yeah, too little, too late. Get Jet Zero going earlier next time.
Queen City is on the road next week, Matt. They head to Denver to take on the Nightwings. For Sioux Falls, they return home to play host to the Vancouver Legion. Coming up next, the Crowd Play Game of the Week, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Get your Crowd Play app ready. The Denver Nightwings are in Charleston to take on the Predators. Cameron Irvine and Ramos Lynn on the call for that one, so make sure that you have that app ready. Matt, have your bat with the nails in it ready for Beat the Crowd.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to work, but if you think that it is, then who am I to argue with you? For those that don't know, when you hear Beat the Crowd, it doesn't literally mean to take a bat and beat the crowd. You're supposed to get your app out, and they'll have some rapid-fire questions. It can be anywhere between, I think, 1 and 3 questions, and you have to answer them faster than, the crowd. You got to beat them. You got to answer the questions right and do it in the fastest time, and you can win a $10 cash prize instantly, and add that to your total winnings, depending on where you place in the game. So play Crowd Play. It's fun. I don't know what else I can say about that. It's very enjoyable. Player of the game coming up. Who could it be? It is Colin Hart for today's performance. 13 attempts, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just a well-rounded game by Sioux Falls. No one player really had the most impressive stats. Honestly, for me, it would have been John Barnhart with those 3 early picks that really set the tone in the ball game. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League at 11 Sports and for the fans. For Matt Wilson, J.L. Browning, our commissioner and producer Cameron Irvine, and everyone here at the Simulation Football League, I am Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us, and good night, everybody. Stay tuned for the Crowd Play Game of the Week.